Hey, what's going on, team? Welcome to this broadcast. Who do we got on here? We got Irene, Jimmy in the house. Awesome. Ryan, good to see you guys. Let me know who's on as you're popping into the room. But today we're going to be covering Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin. Okay. Literally the number one question. I mean, literally the number one question that I get from team members on a day-to-day basis. And let me know if you get this question too in the comments. Who in here gets the question, where is the best place to buy Bitcoin, right? Or what's the best exchange? Hey, Vaughn. Have you guys heard that too? You know, I literally get it on a day-to-day basis, almost like minute to minute, maybe not that bad. But literally, that's like the number one question asked out of anybody on my team. So where do I buy Bitcoin for the Canada? Or where do I buy Bitcoin if I'm in New Zealand? Or where do I buy Bitcoin? You know, there's actually people in Nigeria, right, on our team. And there's obviously United States, et cetera. So I'll give you a solution for all of it right now in this video. So make sure to let your team members know about this, so that they know how to buy Bitcoin. Because if you don't know how to buy Bitcoin, then you can't buy Bitcoin packages. And then if you don't buy Bitcoin packages, then you don't earn a daily return. And also you need Bitcoin to buy the new tokens, right? So let's go ahead and hold on one second. Let me show my screen. All right, can everybody see that? Sorry, I had to sneeze for a second there. Actually, let me see if I can, there we go. Now you can see me and the screen. Okay. Also where to sell it. Yeah, we can cover that towards the end. Just remind me, Vaughn. We'll cover that towards the end. But let's get right into where to buy Bitcoin. Okay. So I have a link that I want to give you guys, and I wonder if it'll let me comment here. Okay. So document I'm talking about. I'm going to pin that comment to the top if it will let me. All right, so does everybody see that link that I just shared? What's up, Jesper, Craig? Good to see you guys. Sandy. All right, so I just pinned a link where it's the document I'm going to be going through. And this is just a quick little education before we get into where to buy the Bitcoin, just so you guys kind of understand the difference between everything. Right now, we're going to be talking about 4 different things in this video. Number 1, wallet. Okay, what a wallet is, what an exchange is, what a peer-to-peer exchange is, and USI Tech. Okay, you got to know the difference between all that stuff. Okay. So first of all, a wallet is different from an exchange. Did you guys know that? Who in here did not know that, right? And there's probably a lot of you that had no idea. But a wallet is essentially a place where you can store your Bitcoin, and you own the keys, you own the password, the private backup phrases and all that good stuff, right? I'll show you what that means here in a minute. But you own the Bitcoin. In a wallet, you own the Bitcoin. In wallets, typically you can't buy Bitcoin from. So you can't, go to your wallet and buy Bitcoin there. It's just where you're holding it. Okay. It's like just a wallet, like in your back pocket. You can't buy, like, here's a good way to think of wallet versus exchange. Okay. So wallet is just like holding your money. Exchange is like where you can buy your money, right? You could buy your Bitcoin, where you can sell your Bitcoin. So a good way to remember how this works is think about a real wallet, right? And then also think about a bank. If you have cash in your wallet, right, or cash in the bank, who actually has the cash? Think about that. If the bank is holding your money, and then you have like a wallet in your back pocket and you're holding the money in your wallet, what's the difference? The one in your wallet, the cash in your wallet, you have in possession and you own it. Nobody's controlling that. Does that make sense to everybody? So if you actually have money in a wallet or money under your bed or money, in your office in a safe or whatever, you control that money. Does that make sense? Whereas if you have your money in a bank, they control your money. Even though it's your money, it's still your money. So for example, if you have money in an exchange just like that, it's still your money, but they control it. Does everybody get that? Everybody clear between the difference between a wallet and exchange? So if you leave it like for example, Coinbase is the biggest online exchange on the planet, and they hold your Bitcoin and they say it's yours, but they actually hold it. They are in control of it. If you have your Bitcoin in your own private wallet, you are in control of your Bitcoin. All right, so you guys get that? And I'll talk about the differences here, but we're going to be talking about buying Bitcoin in this video. So we're going to be talking about mainly exchanges and peer-to-peer exchanges, okay? But wallets and USI Tech, they're actually separate from buying your actual Bitcoin, okay? You have to have Bitcoin first before you can invest or buy Bitcoin packages, okay? So anyway, so wallet is where you receive, hold, keep your Bitcoin. Exchange is where you can buy and sell Bitcoin, kind of like a bank. And then peer-to-peer is where you can buy Bitcoin from a person. So like for example, if you were to buy Bitcoin from me, that would be a peer-to-peer transaction. Did everybody get that? So like, for example, if you come to me and you say, hey, Mike, can you sell me 1 Bitcoin? And I say, sure, give me the money and I'll give you 1 Bitcoin. That's peer-to-peer exchange. You're actually buying it from a person. And that's actually that's my favorite way of buying Bitcoin, by the way. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. So anyway, and then USI Tech, this is the company. Once we have our Bitcoin, the company we're giving the Bitcoin to, so basically we are giving our Bitcoin to USI, and they are doing their mining operation and paying you a return on the Bitcoin that you put in. So they are multiplying the Bitcoin. So right here, if you just buy Bitcoin, you have Bitcoin, but it's not being multiplied. When you put Bitcoin into USI Tech, now it's growing and multiplying. So that's where you're turning 1 Bitcoin into 4, over a year's time. Does that make sense? You're turning 1 Bitcoin into 4 plus over a year. Whereas if you just buy Bitcoin and hold it in your wallet, 1 year from now, you'll still have 1 Bitcoin. So everybody get the difference between all these 4, and then we'll move on. Let me know in the comments. So if you buy Bitcoin, leave it in a wallet or an exchange, a year from now, you'll have 1 Bitcoin. If you bought 1 Bitcoin, a year from now, you'll still have 1, right? It may be worth more, but you'll still just have 1. If you buy Bitcoin, then you buy USI Tech packages, then you could turn 1 into 4 over a year's time. Now, at the end of the year, you have 4 Bitcoin, and the value has still gone up. So you actually got even more money, 4 times your money, okay? Good stuff. All right, so proper steps. Here's how, and you guys can read the document yourself. You guys can go through this yourself. But basically, our goal is what we're going to do is we're going to buy Bitcoin from an exchange or peer-to-peer seller. That's our first step. Then we're going to take from that seller and from that exchange, we're going to buy USI Tech packages or tokens, okay? Then what's ever left over, we're going to put it in our wallet for safe storage over time, okay? So the wallet is separate from an exchange. And then when we're ready to start withdrawing from USI, we're going to withdraw to our wallet, okay? And if you want to actually put it in your bank account, you'll withdraw to an exchange. And then you'll sell it, and you'll sell your Bitcoin, essentially getting money to your bank, okay? And here's some 4 different scenarios. So like, for example, if you want to withdraw to your bank, you'll send your Bitcoin from USI Tech to an exchange, and then one that's connected to your bank account. So like, for example, Gemini. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Gemini. If you set up a Gemini account, you can actually send them Bitcoin from USI Tech, and then from Gemini, you can withdraw it to your bank account and have it within a week. Does that make sense? So that's when you would use an exchange if you're putting it in your bank. Another thing is if you're going to use a BitPay debit card, which we'll talk about debit cards here in a minute, then you would put it in your wallet. Difference. You guys see the difference? You're going to put it in your wallet, and then you're going to fund your debit card. Okay? If you're going to just hold it, then you're going to put it in your wallet. Again, kind of the analogy where you have it in your safe at home. You control the Bitcoin. So wallet. If you're just going to hold on to Bitcoin and stack it. Okay? And if you don't know what you're going to do, just send it to a wallet. So as you can see, if you're going to withdraw money, you're going to be sending it to exchanges. If you're going to just hold the money, you're going to keep it in your wallet. All right, so let's get into some recommended stuff and show you where to go. So as far as wallets go, you guys can read what I've done. I've recommended different wallets in the past. I've recommended BitPay wallet originally. Then I went to Blockchain recently. And then I got a little bit worried about Blockchain because it's an online wallet. And I actually had a team member who has gotten hacked from Blockchain. Not saying that you will, like if you have all the security stuff on there, obviously they're super secure for an online wallet. But I hate seeing people get hacked, and I always hear of, people being able to hack online accounts. So when I heard that one of our team members got hacked, they sent Bitcoin into their blockchain wallet and logged in the next day, and it was sent out of the wallet. So someone had access to their blockchain, and it just got me a little bit paranoid about using blockchain. I'm not saying it's a bad wallet, but it just got me paranoid about using an online wallet. I mean, wouldn't that get you guys paranoid if you have a team member who sent, Bitcoin into a wallet, and then all of a sudden then the wallet just sends it out of his wallet to some random address, So that wasn't a pleasant surprise. So I'm going back to BitPay because that's what I originally recommended people to get. Now the reason, you have to have all the securities done. So blockchain's still good. So don't get me wrong. If you're using blockchain, use it. I just get a little paranoid when people are getting online accounts hacked, So I'm going back to BitPay wallet, and here's why. Here's why I like BitPay wallet. Because I have a BitPay debit card. Anyone else have a BitPay debit card? I'm not going to show you my card numbers, but let's see if I can block that. But yeah, so it's a BitPay debit card. You put it in your wallet. It's a Visa logo, as you can see, Visa logo. And I like this wallet because on the phone app, if you have the phone app, I recommend getting the phone app version. On the phone, it does the whole Face ID or Touch ID or whatever security for your phone. So that's pretty cool, right? They literally have to have your fingerprint or your face, in order to get into the BitPay wallet. But what I like is there's a button. So let me show you this. All right, so you can connect your card, and I don't put a lot of money on this wallet. I just put like a couple thousand in the wallet itself. And then, like at the bottom there, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me unplug that. But there's like a spot that you can connect, and I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, actually, probably have to, let me increase my screen. There we go. So at the very bottom, you can add your card in there. Just click the card, and it adds to your wallet. So you have your wallet here, which holds your Bitcoin, and then your card is connected to it as well. And all you do is you click on the card, and then there's like a button that just says, add funds. You see that? It says add funds. You click add funds, and then it takes it right from your wallet. So when you're ready to use it, you shouldn't add funds to the card until you're ready to use it, because that turns it into US dollars at that point. So I actually like that wallet, right? I actually like that wallet. because it connects to my BitPay card. So that's the only reason I like it. I mean, obviously there's other ones out there. There's Exodus, there's blockchain, there's a whole bunch of them out there. I'm not saying anyone's more secure or less secure or better or this or that or this. This is the one that I'm recommending now, okay? As a team, you guys are welcome to use it if you like. Get the phone version, preferably, so that you can have it on the go and it's not tied to your computer, and go that route, okay? So is everybody cool with that? You guys like that one? And that's the one I'm going to start recommending everybody get. And then from there, when you start stacking big amounts of Bitcoin, and Jeremy, good question about Uphold. Uphold, I used to recommend it, but it's an online exchange. So I no longer recommend it for holding your Bitcoin because it's an exchange. You actually don't own the private keys. So I actually like having a wallet as well, not just holding my money in an exchange. So that's the only reason I went away from Uphold. But Uphold, there's still a good exchange. It's just an exchange. So you don't actually own the Bitcoin. They're kind of like holding it for you. Okay. So anyway, the Trezor and the Ledger Nano, I actually have one of both, which is kind of funny. So I've got the Trezor and the Nano. I've done both of them. I've tried both of them. I've sent Bitcoin into both of them. I actually like the Trezor better because you can have like let me show you real quick. You can actually you can go to the wallet easier. Like with the Ledger, you have to go to this Chrome extension and then you got to click launch app, and it's so it's like a double process to get to your wallet. And then you got to plug it in, put your PIN in, all that stuff. So it just took me longer to get to my wallet. I didn't really like that. Not that it's a bad wallet. I'm just saying it was just more steps to get to my wallet. Whereas with Trezor, it's like one click and I'm in my wallet, just like this. Just one click in my wallet. You see what I'm saying? And I'm in there, ready to rock and roll. Then you have to plug it in order to send or receive money. Actually, not receive. In order to send money, you got to plug it in. But you can actually view that's one thing I also liked about Trezor is you can actually view your wallet without plugging it in. Whereas with the Ledger, you have to plug it in to view it. The only time you have to plug in your Trezor is if you are sending a transaction or signing the transaction. Okay. So I kind of like that because then I can look at it at any time and then I can do the sending later. So anyway, those are wallets that I recommend. I have all three of these. I have BitPay, Trezor, and Ledger. I prefer Trezor, but again, they're both just as secure. So don't worry about that. Okay. And these are hardware wallets. The only thing I want you guys to really be careful on all three of these wallets, BitPay, Trezor, and Ledger, write down your private key password. So basically they give you a backup password right when you start your wallet. Write that on a piece of paper, put it in a safety deposit box, not a safety deposit box, like a fireproof box or something. And they say not to store it online at all. So don't store it on your phone or don't take a picture of the words, store it on a piece of paper, locked up somewhere. Don't lose it ever, because here's what happens. I was switching from my phone, like this phone right here, right, this big, huge phone, to the new 10. I got the new 10. It's smaller, but bigger screen. So I was switching phones and it doesn't switch over. So when your BitPay wallet will not switch to the new phone. You got to use the backup phrase and export it into your new phone. So you can't just move it. You have to have these backup phrases. Otherwise you lose all your Bitcoin in there. You don't want to do that. Okay. So store this in a safe place and then you're good to go if you ever switch phones. devices or whatever, or if if your phone breaks, you have to get a new one, right? So you have to have these words, okay? These backup words. Do not give them to anybody. If you give someone your backup words, they can restore the wallet in their wallet and use your money. Okay, so you don't want that, do you? All right. So anyway, so that's all that. All that's out of the way. Let's go into. I actually wasn't even going to cover wallets today. It's kind of funny. I just did anyway. But let's go ahead and get into where to buy Bitcoin, the topic of the video that I haven't even talked about yet. Kind of funny. So you guys all good on the wallets and all that stuff? You guys all good on that? Good stuff. You guys learned something today, hopefully. All right. So here's my recommended places. So I'm just going to there's a couple ways to buy Bitcoin, or there's like 3 ways to buy Bitcoin. A, peer-to-peer. Okay. That's where you buy Bitcoin from somebody like myself, or like Kelly Williams, or just someone that we know, or an online exchange like an escrow service. Okay. Peer-to-peer. Why do I like peer-to-peer? And I might need to update this wording here on this document. The reason I like peer-to-peer is it's not specific to any country. Does that make sense? Like you can be in Nigeria, as long as you have a way to send me money, I can send you Bitcoin because we just use a wallet. Like I just send it to your BitPay wallet. Does that make sense? You give me the receiving code from your BitPay wallet, I send it to you. And that's how simple it is, okay? That's what I like about peer-to-peer. It doesn't matter what country. And you can be in Canada, you can be in Nigeria, you can be in Israel, you can be in United States, you could be anywhere, any country, any place. You can do a peer-to-peer transaction as long as you know someone that has Bitcoin and you pay them, right? So that is why I really recommend peer-to-peer. And now sometimes the fees can be a little bit higher, but it's worth the convenience and it's worth getting your Bitcoin as fast as possible. This is what I actually use. So I have a couple resources for you. On that document, does everybody see the document, by the way? It's a pinned comment when you're coming into this. And I can give you guys the link again, but it's in the pinned comments, and in the description, I'm going to put the link there as well. I have this document for you. You can just scroll down to where it says great peer-to-peer resources. There's 2 of them. I have a buddy who I've known for 5 years who can sell you some Bitcoin. He's a little bit backed up right now because everybody's trying to get these large token packages. Okay. So he's a little bit backed up right now, but you're welcome to use him and fill out his form. So just click on his link. And there's a form at the bottom here, Bitcoin trade agreement. You just fill this form out and sign it. So basically with your information, your name, email address, and then the desired amount of Bitcoin. Now he asks for who referred him, but that's strictly for information purposes for him. We don't make any money from recommending him. I'm not an affiliate of it. He doesn't pay affiliate commissions to anybody. This is just strictly for his information. He just wants to know who's sending him people to thank us. So I've sent him many people. Justin Varengia has sent him many people. And then you just sign it here. And what's cool is he doesn't gouge you on fees. Like most times when you do peer-to-peer, you have, not only do you have the peer-to-peer fee from the whatever website you're using, but also they mark it up about 5% typically because they're doing it a convenience for you. So yeah, so I think his amount is only around 2% or something, 2 to 3% at the most, depending on when he got the Bitcoin. So he's an amazing guy. He's helping out our team. He's actually on our team, so that's why he's helping the team out. Okay. So what we're essentially doing is we're bypassing local Bitcoins, because Kelly Williams, just so you guys know, is a seller on localbitcoins.com. So if you go to the great peer-to-peer resources, he's actually a seller there, and he sells and he trades Bitcoin on local Bitcoins. We're basically bypassing local Bitcoins, and we're going to Kelly directly. So he passes that savings on to you. Isn't that cool? So we have that great resource for our team. And then next, right here, local Bitcoins. This is the next best place to go. And I actually had a couple team members tell me, I was starting to go through local Bitcoins, and I got a little nervous because they're like telling me to go to the bank and deposit cash, and like it looks a little shady. You know what I mean? Like you're like, what are they going to do? Are they actually going to send me my Bitcoin once I deposit cash? I mean, anyone else feel that way? I know I did when I first did this site. I was like, I don't know if I want to go deposit cash into this person's bank account. Like, are they going to just run off with my money, and not pay me my Bitcoin? I had that same exact thought. Trust me, I had the same exact thought. Then here's what I found out. Localbitcoins.com prevents that from you. They prevent you from getting scammed. So what's cool is they're an actual escrow service. So when you log in, and let's see if it'll let me log in. I might have to get my Google Authenticator real quick. But here's what's cool about local Bitcoins. So they are an escrow service, okay? They are an escrow service. So essentially what's going on, and let me just put this code in. So essentially what's going on with their service is the seller uploads the Bitcoin. So they actually send the Bitcoin to local Bitcoins first. Okay, you guys get that? So they say, oh, great. Of course I did the wrong one. So let's try this again. Maybe I might have to go reset it or something. But anyway, I don't think I have to log in to explain it. So anyway, with that being said, so basically what happens with local Bitcoins is the seller, they send the money to local Bitcoins itself. Okay? So they actually send the money to local Bitcoins itself. So they don't keep the Bitcoin. The seller doesn't keep the Bitcoin. They actually say, okay, let's say I have 10 Bitcoin available. They give the 10 Bitcoin to local Bitcoins. Okay. Then the buyer comes in and they're like, okay, I want to buy from GeoCoins. And then it says Bank of America and Chase. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead, and they're like, yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to go ahead and how much do I wish to buy? I can buy anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 from this person. So this person basically uploaded about 3,000 worth of Bitcoin to local Bitcoins already. And you're going to buy $1,000, right? Oh, the lowest is 2,000 for this guy. Okay. And then you got to read their terms. So you got to basically be like, immediate, if follow the instructions. We call the teller to verify cash and will notify teller transaction is irreversible. Okay. We do not support criminal open trade Text us your username. So basically you'll have to text them your local Bitcoin's username. They're going to go to the bank branch, yada, 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 make a cash deposit, write it down, upload a picture of yourself, usually with the receipt. Sometimes they ask you to do that. Like literally you have the receipt of your deposit with a picture of you, right? Then they release the Bitcoin immediately after your deposit. But here's what's cool is once you start the transaction, then it'll say mark as paid. So what you do is you go do the transaction, you follow all their rules, you send in and you upload everything that they ask for. Then you click mark as paid. Then what they do is they go ask the teller or whatever. They verify the transaction, and then all they do is press a button, and then Local Bitcoins releases the Bitcoin to you. Does that make sense? So bottom line is, this is a very safe way to buy Bitcoin because the seller uploads it to Local Bitcoins. Then it's a peer-to-peer transaction. So then you deposit to them, you mark as paid, then they accept it as paid, and then Local Bitcoins releases the money back to, or releases it to you once they verify that they have received the funds. So not only does it protect the buyer, but it also protects the seller because they're the middleman. Now they charge a little bit of fees for that, but then, you also pay fees for whatever the seller is selling it for, but the transaction is done. It's safe. It's easy to do. Other than you have to go to your bank a lot of the times and withdraw cash and then deposit cash. That's typically what you have to do. So you got to leave your house, so it's a little bit different in that sense. But what I recommend, if you do a peer-to-peer transaction, again, we have an easier way. If you go through Kelly Williams, you don't even have to use Local Bitcoins. You can bypass it. But if you do this, pick someone that has a lot of transactions already done with a high percentage. You guys see these are all 100% ratings, right? And you can go through and you can see who has experience, okay? And then also down here, you can actually pick people in your local city, and you can pick someone and you could just drive over there and do an exchange in person if you want. I'd actually prefer bank deposit personally versus a one-on-one meeting. I don't know, you're bringing cash to a one-on-one meeting. That seems a little bit more dangerous to me. But if they have a high rating, you know what I'm saying? Like honestly, if they, you know what I'm saying? Like if they met, let's say they have 1,000+ transactions person to person. If they've killed somebody and took all their cash, they're not going to have 100% rating. You know what I mean? The person's not going to rate that person 100%. Obviously, if they're dead, they can't rate at all. But I guarantee they wouldn't be 100% rating with 1,000+ reviews if they robbed you or robbed someone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's cool about having a Local Bitcoins, as the middleman. Okay. It's kind of like the Uber drivers, right? They're kind of the middleman. All right. So anyway, so then you can sell Bitcoin here as well, as you can see. But bottom line is it's a peer-to-peer. And yes, some of them, Craig. So what's cool is you can choose your payment method. You could be like, I want to do, what did you say, Western Union? Sometimes it costs more to do stuff like that. But so there you go. See how these ones with Western Union? So what you would do is you would look for someone like, look at this guy, 1,000+ transactions with 100% rating. That's amazing. You guys agree? Like that's amazing. Like this person has done 1,000+ Bitcoin transactions and every single one of them is a positive rating. So to me, that would be a good person to buy Western Union from. You know what I'm saying? So you selling escrow release, 40 minutes, average 210 minutes. So same day funding, guys. Send them to Western Union and you're good to go. Right? It looks like he's Spanish though, so you may need to be able to speak Spanish with this guy. And if you need to use it, like find an English person, I think there might be, you just have to go through each one and look for someone who speaks English. Okay, this one's a Spanish as well. But if you speak Spanish, you might as well, use it. Doesn't matter what language they speak, right? As long as they're legit. Yeah, killing the buyer is not a good customer retention strategy. Exactly, Raymond. All right. Good stuff. So anyway, that's peer-to-peer. That is my by far favorite way of buying Bitcoin. So if you guys are asking, like, I love it because of a few things. It's not country specific and it's fast. It's, simple. There's tons of different payment methods you can choose from and it just works. Okay. It just works. and you can do it really, really simple. There's no asking what country am I in. You just do peer-to-peer, and you can be in any country. You can be in Nicaragua or Nigeria, and you can do a peer-to-peer transaction. Now, I know some people like Kelly, if you're overseas or outside of the country, you have to do an international wire, which will cost you some money from your bank, but still, it's possible, right? And I don't know if you can choose international wire here or not, if they have wire as an option here. I don't know. Western Union, there's Walmart to Walmart. That's cool. But I don't know if I've seen a wire. All right, there, other online wallet. Let's see. I've never actually looked for wire transfer. All right, there, international wire. And there you go. Look at that. So some people have international wire. See that? Boom. And you can get up to $10,000. So good stuff. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to beat the, just keep going on that subject for forever. But peer-to-peer is my favorite resource. Now, my next favorite resource is wire transfers via same-day funding exchanges. Okay? So this is the next best thing. You're not dealing with a person, you're dealing with an online exchange if you do it this method, which requires verification. And also one last point on peer-to-peer, no verification required other than like proving who you are, like that you sent the money. Like a lot of times they make you, hold up a receipt with you. But other than that, there's no like waiting 2 or 3 days to get verified. You know what I'm saying? So that's another great thing for peer-to-peer. Also, so my next favorite way to buy Bitcoin is through a bank wire, not bank transfer, not ACH, a bank wire, same day funding exchanges. And I know 2 of them. One of them is GDAX. Who's actually used GDAX in the past? Let me know in the comments. The other one is Gemini. Okay. So if you go to these exchanges, and what I'm going to recommend everybody in this room do is open up a Coinbase account. So if you scroll on the document, that same document, you scroll down, click on Coinbase. It's in the next section. Open up a Coinbase account and verify it. Okay. Open up a Gemini account and also verify it. Do that right now, like today, like literally right now. Just go to the document I just gave you. Open up a Coinbase, Gemini, and GDAX account and verify all of them. Now, GDAX is actually owned by Coinbase. That's why I say Coinbase, okay? Because you're not going to buy Bitcoin through Coinbase. You're going to buy it through GDAX, but you need a Coinbase account first, and you need to verify them. So get that process rolling right now. Like, just get the process rolling. Don't be afraid to verify accounts right now, even if you don't plan on ever using them. I have accounts with tons of exchanges right now, guys. I have accounts with like Uphold. I have accounts with GDAX. I have accounts with Coinbase, same company. I have accounts with Gemini. I have accounts. Now I can't use Gemini because my bank is not listed in there because I have a credit union that's not listed in there. But if any major bank is in there, and most credit unions are also in there. I just have like a credit union that's specific to my city here. So it's a little bit rare, right? So it wasn't in Gemini. So I can't use Gemini personally, but this is my favorite place if I were able to use it, because I have tons of team members who have used it, and it's great. It's a great exchange, okay? It's owned by the Winklevoss twins, who are Bitcoin millionaires. And those are the guys that got screwed over by Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. If you ever seen the movie, The Social Network, those are the twins, the same twins. So kind of funny. But anyway, so I recommend just opening up an exchange account with Gemini and Coinbase, at least minimum. Get them verified right now as we speak. And in the future, if you ever need Bitcoin fast, you can go in there and do it with a wire transfer. So what I love about these companies, so let me just show you one of them, GDAX. Once you have your Coinbase verified and everything verified, everything's good to go. Here's what's cool. You log into your GDAX, and here's how easy it is to send them money. You click deposit, bank wire. There's a bunch of different options here. Bank wire. You bank wire them the money with following their rules. And look at this. Bank wire transfers may be credited to your GDAX account in the same day if submitted by 1 p.m. Pacific time. Otherwise, funds will be available 1 business day. Who agrees that that is amazing? Like, you can have your money in, if you send it at 9 a.m. in the morning, you can have your money in your exchange the same day. And then check this out. As soon as you have your money, if you do a market order and you buy the whatever it is, the market orders are only 0.3%. So a third of 1%. So we're talking like, and they also have limit orders. I'm not going to talk about that because it confuses people. You can look into limit orders if you want to save even more money. But I mean, honestly though, you don't really need to save a lot of money here because look at this. Check this out, guys. Even the market order in GDAX, if you put in $50,000, if you wire GDAX $50,000 tomorrow, you would get charged 0.003. You get charged $150. That's it. If you sent them $50,000, you would only be charged $150 in fees with the market order. Now, you guys got to admit, who in here agrees that that is pretty dang cheap for $50,000 Bitcoin order? So basically, you deposit the money in here, you get charged $10 for the wire, and then you just buy a market order and get charged $150 out of your 50 grand. And now you've got 50 grand worth of Bitcoin right in your GDAX account. The only thing is you can only withdraw about 10,000 of that Bitcoin every day. So what I would recommend at that point is withdraw it to a wallet. So withdraw your 10,000 every day to a wallet. Once it's built up, then you go buy your big package from USI, right? But bottom line is GDAX is an amazing company with very low fees, wire fees, basically non-existent. And then they have other ways where you can buy it, like you choose your price. And if it hits your price, it's like no fee. So you could get a $0 fee if you do the limit order, but even 150 out of 50,000, who in here thinks that that's pretty dang good? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, so that's a market order there. And then Gemini, same thing. You just log into your Gemini account. It's very low fees in Gemini as well. And as long as your bank is available, then it's very, very low fees. And man, I'm getting all these dang authenticator crap. It's not crap though. It's good. It's for your own good, right? It's just annoying when you're doing a webinar. You know what I mean? All right. So you log in and it's the same thing. Okay. You just click buy USD to BTC. Once you have your money in there, you have to first transfer money in there. You deposit into exchange, wire transfer. Make sure it's only wire. I got to just drill that in your brain. If you do bank transfer or ACH, it takes a week. So you want to make sure you do wire transfers only. And when you do the wire transfer in here, you have no limit. You can put $50,000, $60,000 wire in here. And then once you have the money in here, then you just go to buy USD to BTC and you buy your Bitcoin. Okay. I usually do market orders, but you could do limit order if you want. And then you just do how much Bitcoin you want, or you just put the price in that you want to do. So if you have, or total. So if you have 10,000, or if you bought 50,000 and you deposited 50,000, you have 50,000 over here. Just go over to this total line, throw in 50,000. That's too much. And there you go. And it'll tell you what your fee is. So 50,125. So just make sure this number is below what you have in your account. Click buy, and you've got Bitcoin now. You've got Bitcoin. So I don't know what countries they're in, Nick. Maybe look at their documentation or the FAQs and see if your country is listed. I'm not exactly sure. But those are my favorite exchanges for very low fees and same day funding. Okay. Again, if it's not available, if these are not available in your country, resort back to peer-to-peer. That's always the answer. Does that make sense? Like, just resort back to peer-to-peer. Stick with peer-to-peer if it's not in your country. If they are in your country, then you can save on some fees, but you are dealing with an exchange, so it takes maybe a week to get verified, sometimes a couple days to get verified. So start the verification process now, even if you don't plan on using them. So has everybody got that? Who's going to go get their Gemini account verified today? Let me know in the comments. Get your Gemini verified today. Get your Coinbase verified today. And let me know if you're going to do that. Mine are all verified right now, and I hardly ever buy, I never buy Bitcoin anymore because I earn Bitcoin. So I don't ever have to buy Bitcoin, but I still have verified accounts. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you guys do that. All right, so that's Bankwire same-day funding. That's my second favorite. So my first favorite, again, is peer-to-peer. My second favorite is same-day funding exchanges. My third favorite is credit card funding. Okay, credit card funding. So who in here plans on using credit card funding? Let me know in the comments. Who in here plans to use credit card funding? Now, keep in mind, Coinbase has an option as well, or not Coinbase, sorry. USI Tech has their own option in the back office as well. I have not used it yet. It's probably good. I don't really know. I know some people who have used it and they get declined, and then I know some people who haven't used it or have used it and it worked fine. So if you want to use the credit card option, that's probably your easiest bet. I need to update my sheet to include the one in here, but I noticed that they keep taking it off the website. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know if it's good or not, or like if it's working or not, because they put it on there and then they take it off, and then they put it on there and then they take it off. So to me, that's not stable yet. So I'm not going to recommend it until it's like permanently in the back office. You guys agree? Like, I think it's definitely not a good idea to recommend that until they have their act together as far as using it and people have, actually used it. Okay. So here is my recommendation for credit card options. Okay. Number one, I know you guys are going to be like, but Mike, they have a very low limit every week. I understand. Okay. I understand. But it goes up. So check this out. If you use it frequently, it goes up. So like, look at this. Like my account right now, I can go to buy and I can choose my credit card. So look at this. I can buy 6,000 per week right now. You guys see that? So I can go do $6,000 in Bitcoin right now, and that would cost me $230. That is unheard of when it comes to credit card purchases. Does that make sense? That's unheard of. The issue is the limits. When you first get started, your limits are very, very low. Like most people, it's like $500 a week. Like FIA, I think you said it was $500 a week, right? Or is that the other one? But most people, it's like $500 a week or $250 a week, your first week. So the limits are very, very low, but eventually you can get the limits raised. And it's worth getting your limits raised, because what happens is you can do up to 6,000 a week. Like right now, And that means if I needed $6,000 worth of Bitcoin today, I can get it with a $230 fee, which is about 3.9%. That is unheard of with credit cards. Credit card fees are typically 10 to 15%, no matter where you go. Like, you'll never find it under 10%. I guarantee it. Okay. Like, after fees and everything's gone through, it's usually 10 to 15% for a credit card. So Coinbase is by far the lowest fee for credit card. It's instant. Like, if I click buy right now, I'll have it right now, instantaneously. I can withdraw it to my wallet. I'm not going to do it. I don't need it right now, but you guys get the point. So Coinbase is by far the lowest credit card fee in the industry, but with a caveat, it has fees. So how do you increase your fees? Well, you buy what you can every week. So like this week, you buy $250 just for the heck of it. And then next week, you buy another $250. And then eventually you just keep on click on this increase limits, and then do whatever it tells you to do to increase your limits. And then as soon as you keep on using it, your limits increase. Does that make sense? So you use 250 this week, then 250 next week, and then all of a sudden now they're like, okay, now you can do 1,000 a week. Okay, now you can do 2,000 a week. Okay, now you can do 6,000 a week. And that's how you increase your limits. And then you can also apply for higher limits as your account gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. What I like about it, now the only thing I don't like about Coinbase is I do not like and recommend their bank option. So like if you try to do, like, for example, I have 15,000, you're tempted. You're like, oh no, I can go do 15 grand right now. I'm tempted, right? Do not do this option. Okay. First of all, it takes like a week. See, look at that, 11/14. You see that? Today is November 6th, guys. This is, people miss that. Do not use their bank option, okay? If you use Coinbase, use their credit card option because it's instantaneous, okay? Instantaneous. If you're going to use a bank option, go to GDAX, which they are owned by Coinbase, and it's same day funding. So is everybody starting to get it now? You guys all get it? Who's still following? So my favorite credit card option is Coinbase by far. The only problem with it is the limits, so you gotta kind of warm it up. Yep. Well, Nick, the bank, it takes a week. Like, did you see that? Like when I put my bank here, if I put my bank, it says 11/14. So yes, it'll clear your bank. It'll clear your bank within 4 hours, but you will not be able to spend that money. Like, it'll be in your account, but you won't be able to withdraw it. It won't be available to spend until the date they show you. Okay? It won't be available to spend till the date they show you. The only exception to that is if you use GDAX, it's same day. So like you just do a wire to GDAX, you can use it right now. Okay? And if they let you in your account, Nick, that's awesome. But in my account, they don't let me. Like, I've tried it. Like, I've done the bank, and they literally made me wait till the date, the exact date that they showed me, until I can withdraw that money. So it was kind of annoying. So if they let you, so if your limits are that right now, and they let you do it right away, that's awesome, Nick. But yeah, typically most people, they have to wait till the available date. And you can even look at their terms and why that is. So it shows you right here. Coinbase uses ACH for payment. ACH bank system typically takes 3 to 5 business days. Once they receive the payment, it'll show as completed. So maybe if they receive the payment faster than normal, then it will go through. Cool. All right, guys. Anyway, so that's my favorite credit card option once your account is warmed up. And yeah, Justin, we talked about GDAX for same day bank wires, just barely. So yeah, that's a great option. So my favorite place for credit card is obviously Coinbase once your account's warmed up. So warm up your account. So who's going to warm up their accounts this week? So just go in there and buy your limit for the week. Start warming up your account. Start clicking increase your limits. Get that warmed up just in case for a rainy day when you actually need to get Bitcoin quickly. It's very low fees for credit card, okay? So go get your Coinbase warmed up. The other two places I like for credit card, one of them is CEX, and I don't remember what their fees are, but I know they're a lot because I remember being a little disappointed, you know, when I did my thing there. So let me put my verification code in real quick, and let me show you what the fees are. So CEX.io. Yep, plant those seeds. All right, good stuff. All right, so right now, so here's the problem with CEX. So they tell you that your fees are low or whatever, and it's kind of deceiving because like if you go over to buy and you put like 1,000. Wait, I don't have any money in there. So this is deceiving. So let me show you an example. So I click deposit. So they charge you fees for depositing money, and then they also charge you fees for turning it into Bitcoin. Okay, so that's where they're a little bit deceiving. Okay, that's where they're a little bit deceiving. So like, for example, if you put like $2,000 in there, you're like, oh, 72 bucks, 3%, 3.5%. That's not bad. You're like, oh, that's not bad, 3.5%. You're like, wow, that's cool. So you get paid, so you get charged 3.5% for depositing fees. So I looked at that like, wow, that's pretty cheap originally. And then I got a little bit deceived because it's 3.5% to deposit money. Okay. So you're getting paid. So basically you put $2,000 in there. And then, but it's a great place for credit cards. So don't get me wrong. Like, again, this is my second favorite place for credit card because it's lower fees than CoinMama, but it's still kind of annoying. So you put $2,000 in there, then you deposit, you choose your credit card that you have. Now it's really annoying getting your account verified because you got to add your card. You got to take a picture with your credit card and you in it. You got to send them that card. You got to check your bank and you got to get the small deposits. You got to put the small deposits on here. You got to wait like a week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a grueling process. But once you're verified, it's quick. You know, you just choose that. You put your CVC code in. You click deposit. It's in your account instantly. And then once it's in your account, this is the deceiving part. You've already been charged 3%, 3.5%. Now, when you go to do Bitcoin transfer, check this out. So let's say you put 2,000, wait, 1 Bitcoin. Look at that fee, guys, 7,833. Right now, Bitcoin is what? 7,100. You guys see that? So that's $600 in fees. Or no, let's see. It's what's the fee on that? So, so if I go to CEX, guys, just keep in mind, I've already paid 3.5% already. Okay. And now we're talking $7,883 minus 7,124. So that's another $759 in fees. And if you divide that by what you paid, so 7,800, we're looking at 9% fee. So you've got 9% plus 3% is what? 12.6%. So CEX.io is 12.6%. And this is the best one out there besides Coinbase. Do you guys get that? This is the best one out there, okay, besides Coinbase. 12.6%. So USI's is 10%. CEX is 12.6%. Then CoinMama is like 15%. Okay? So if you're going to use a credit card, just know that you're going to get gouged. Do you guys get that? Does everybody get that? If you're going to use a credit card, you are going to get gouged in fees. Bottom line, the only exception is your Coinbase account. Coinbase is only 3.9%. There's nothing else. So that's the best one out there, but you got to warm up your account. So you got to start now and start warming it up. But this one's the next best. And I'll just put 12%. Oh, I can't edit it right now, but 12.6% fees. And then you've got CoinMama, which is about 15% fees. But again, they're the three best credit card options you've got. All right? They're the three best credit card options you've got. And then you can add USI Techs in there. That would be right above Coinbase. Like it'd be Coinbase, then it'd be USI Tech, because USI Tech is 10%. And then it would be 12.6% for CEX and 15% for CoinMama. So you guys good with that? All right. So is this helping, guys? Honestly, just let me know in the comments. Is this helping you guys understanding all this stuff? I'd like to know. All right. So with that being said, guys, the last couple things I'll just mention. If you want to start trading Bitcoin, Bittrex is one of the most popular ones out there. You guys can get an account there, verify it. I don't really use mine, but I have an account. I have it verified. Okay. I think there's another one called Kraken. That might be an honorable mention as well, but I think it takes a few days to get your money for Kraken. And then for people in Australia, CoinJar, I know they have a debit card and stuff like that. So this might be a good place to replace your BitPay debit card. So if you don't have BitPay and you're in Australia, get CoinJar, because I think they have a debit card attached to your exchange or wallet there. So CoinJar is a good place there. And then if you want, you can look up ATMs around your area. ATMs near me. The closest one to me is like Vegas. So I'd have to drive a couple hours. But there's a ton of them in Vegas. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, that's the document. Does everybody have the document? Let me just comment one more time with the document for those that popped on late. There's the document. I'll update it with USI's on there as soon as they get their act together with the USI exchange and they leave it in the back office. I'm not going to put anything permanent in this document until I know that it's there for everybody. But I know all of these exchanges that I've mentioned. So just to recap, our peer-to-peer resource with Kelly Williams, our local Bitcoins, that's another peer-to-peer place. Again, that's my favorite way to do Bitcoin transactions. My second favorite is same-day funding with Wire. My third favorite is credit card option. And then my fourth favorite would be just anything else. Okay. Any way you can get Bitcoin. If you have to go next door to your neighbor, and he has Bitcoin himself, you can get it through him. So any way you want to get Bitcoin. Yeah. ATM is going to cost about the same as a credit card. So your by far the lowest fee you can get is probably the same day wire exchanges, but it takes verification. All right. So any questions for me, let me know in the comments. So go ahead, and this is your time to ask questions. So let me just kind of recap things while I'm waiting for some questions. So bottom line, guys, this is the document to use. Use it, share it with your team. Let people know about this, because this is, like I said, the number one question I get all the time is, where do I buy Bitcoin? If I'm not in this country, if I'm in that country, or whatever. But the most common question I get is, does that work in this country, or does that work in this country? You'll never have that question with peer-to-peer. So localbitcoins.com will be your best friend if Kelly Williams is not available. Okay. A little bit higher fee, but it's fast, it's easy. You deal with a person. You don't have, it's not country specific, and even if you're worried about government tracking everything, it's not government tracked either. Okay, because you're doing it through a person. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you should try to do that to avoid taxes or anything. You're going to have to pay taxes no matter what. But I'm just saying, if you want to stay under the radar, you can do peer-to-peer as well. All right. Yes, Niam, the recording will be up right away as soon as we end the broadcast, right in the Facebook group. Okay. All right. So any other questions, guys? With that, let me just share one more thing. I'll recap the wallets as well. So again, the wallets that I'm currently using, this is what I'm currently doing. So this is why I updated my sheet. I currently have the BitPay wallet on my phone because it's secure with my Face ID right now. Okay, so I have the BitPay wallet on my phone. I even have a spending password turned on to that thing. So I have not only my Face ID, I have a spending password turned on. It's in my phone wallet. It's less secure than a Trezor or Ledger Nano, but it is secure. All right. So I'm using my BitPay wallet. And another reason I like it is because it hooks up to my BitPay debit card. So it's just simple to load. Like honestly, like this is how easy it is to load my BitPay debit card. I open it up. See right here? Let's just do it. So 127, you see that? I have it connected to my card. I have a couple $1,000, and I only keep about a couple $1,000. Actually, let me show you this so you guys can see. I only keep about a couple $1,000 in my BitPay wallet. Okay, I only keep about a couple $1,000 in there. Okay, but I have the wallet. Okay, then I just click Add Funds, and then look, it shows you like how much you want to put. Right? So let's just say I want to put $100. You type in 100, you press Next, and check it out. Then it's on this screen, right? And it tells you where you want it to go from. Swipe to send. So then all I do is I click swipe. I just click swipe to send. And then it's like confirm $100. And I click OK. Face ID pops up. Spending password pops up. So I got to do my Face ID. And I got to go my password. Okay. Look at that. Sent. See how easy that is? I could be at lunch, you know, getting ready to buy my food, and I just do this right from my phone. And I only keep a couple thousand in the wallet. I keep everything else in my Trezor right now. So I have a Trezor hardware wallet. I keep all my Bitcoin there. And then I just make sure I have about $2,000 in my BitPay wallet as Bitcoin. I don't have it on the card. I have it as Bitcoin in my wallet, where it stays Bitcoin, because you want it to stay Bitcoin until you're ready to use the funds. Okay, and then it says okay. I click okay, and look at that. I already have the funds available. You see how quick that was? So it's like literally instantaneous. Okay, instantaneous. I have $227 available on my BitPay card. And I only did that to show you an example of how easy it is to use your debit card. So if you ever need to use your money, guess what? Put a couple grand in your BitPay wallet, leave it there, put the rest in your Trezor, and that's it. And just leave it in your Trezor. And then like anytime you're getting paid from USI Tech, if you don't have a couple grand in your BitPay wallet, just keep on putting money in your BitPay wallet until you have about a couple grand in there. Once you have a couple grand in there, then you just start putting everything else in your Trezor wallet. That's what I'm personally doing. So my personal strategy is I use my BitPay wallet until there's about a couple $1,000s in there. Which is only like a 0.28 nowadays, right? Isn't that crazy? Like 0.28 Bitcoin. So I just until there's a couple thousand in there. Once there's a couple $1,000s in my BitPay wallet, I leave it alone. and then I put the rest in my hardware wallet, Trezor. Okay? Trezor wallet. And then I just stack the Bitcoin. And then if I ever need to withdraw to my bank account, I'll either A, sell Bitcoin to a team member that needs it, peer to peer. Like me and Fia have done transactions before. Like Fia sent me, $5,000 and I'd sent him $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. See what I'm saying? Like you could do that with people. So I just basically send it from my Trezor to his wallet that he's using. And then he sends me the cash directly. That's a peer-to-peer transaction. So if I need it in my bank account, that's what I'd do. I'd sell Bitcoin. If I don't need it, then I'd refer people to like Kelly Williams or one of the exchanges that we recommend, right? Right nowadays, I'm just trying to stack my Bitcoin, so I'm not really looking to sell it. But if I were looking to sell it, you could sell it to team members. Or here's the best part. If I wanted to load my BitPay debit card to spend the money, I can also load it from Trezor. I just have to do it online. I just have to go to bitpay.com, log into my online account, click add funds, and then it shows you the wallet address to send from. So you can send it right from your Trezor device to your BitPay card as well. I just find it's easier to use the BitPay wallet, but if it's in your Trezor and you need the money now, you need like a bigger purchase or something, don't send from Trezor to the wallet. Send it from Trezor to your card right online. Okay? You just go to bitpay.com, log into your online account, send it right to your card. And that's the easiest way to spend your money. I bought a car cash with my BitPay debit card. I bought a car cash with my BitPay debit card. So you can do it. Now, he had to use it as a debit option. So if you use a debit option, you got to remember what they send you a ATM PIN code for your card. So you got to know what that is. Okay. So anyway, my friends, I appreciate you guys. Any other questions? Let's see. I didn't see any question. Is USI planning on cash purchases? No, they're not. I don't think so, Craig. Maybe they will when they have their own exchange. I know they're working on their own internal exchange, so it could have cash and it could have wire options. It could have credit card options. So that is on the table. They probably will launch their internal exchange once they have the coin, because then they'll need to have it. They'll have to have a way to exchange the coin for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin for coin. Kind of like, I don't know if you've heard of BitConnect, but BitConnect does that. You know how they have an internal exchange where they have BitConnect here and Bitcoin and they can switch it back and forth? That's probably what USI will have eventually. Just getting on. Yep, there's a recording. All right, so I don't see any other questions. Yeah, you have $1,000 in your BitPay card, and best of all, yep, exactly. So anyway, so that's my recommendation. So bottom line, my personal strategy is I have my BitPay wallet. I put a couple $1,000s in there, and then I have and I don't put it on my card. I put it in the wallet, so it stays Bitcoin. And then I load it as I need it. And then Trezor has all the rest of my Bitcoin in there. And then Ledger Nano is also another device. I personally just like the Trezor better for accessibility purposes, okay? And with that being said, guys, I appreciate you for showing up, and hopefully this video was valuable to you. I am going to be updating, just so you guys know, I'm going to be updating my Fast Start page with the new back office. I have a new Fast Start video. I'll do a new video on this wallet exchanges. I mean, I would put this recording there, but it's probably too long. Like, whenever I'm interacting with people, I always make the videos too long. So I'll probably just do a quick rundown of this document again and put that back there. But bottom line, guys, is I'm excited for you guys, and I want to redo the Fast Start training so that I could show people where to buy Bitcoin in the back office. So that's the most important thing, so that you know where to buy it. And then once you have your Bitcoin, guys, now that you have it, now it's time to just buy a USI Tech package. So what you do, you log into your back office. You literally just click on package options, place order, and you either buy Bitcoin packages or you buy token packages. And then, so if you choose token, then it's going to give you choose your, whatever one at the top, like if you want diamond package, you just go bam, and it costs you 8 Bitcoin, 8.06. Accept the terms, click purchase. On the next page, it'll have a wallet address. And then what you do is you just, wherever your Bitcoin's at. So if your Bitcoin is in Gemini, you'll come over to Gemini, just like so. You'll click on transfer funds, withdrawal from exchange, BTC, because you've already bought your BTC there, right? And then it's going to ask for an address. You put your USI Tech address right there, right? How much it tells you to send. You go back to USI, how much it tells you to send, and you click withdrawal, right? If you're in Coinbase, same thing. You just click send, or you click accounts. Then you choose the account you have money in, you click send, and then you go through the same process. Put the address, the amount. If you're in, where else do we do? GDAX. You click withdrawal, BTC address. See that? BTC address. Send the address, how much you're sending, and then you got to do your 2-factor code, and then withdrawal. See that, guys? Like, this is how easy things are. You just basically go to whatever wallet you have. In BitPay, same thing. You have your BitPay wallet right here on your phone. You put the exact address. So, like, for example, I'm not going to buy it, but I'll just show you what it looks like. So you see how it has the address right here? I could just go to my BitPay wallet on my phone. You guys see that? You just click on, look at this. If you have it in your BitPay, you just click on, at the very bottom, you guys see where it says scan, and you guys see where it says send? Oh, wait, I have to, hold on. Okay, so we've got scan and send. You either click either one of those. If you click send or scan, so let's just do scan. So we click scan, right? And then what you do is you just scan the QR code. Okay, now look at this. And it says add as a contact. You don't want to do that. Send payment to this address. That's what you want to do. So send payment to this address. And then it asks you for the amount. You see that? You put in the amount, so I just put 8.071, and then I'd go through the process and I'd send it right from my BitPay card. I'm not going to send that because I already have the diamond package, but you guys get that, right? That's how simple it is. That's how simple it is to buy Bitcoin. If you need to use your phone, if you have the wallet on your phone, you just scan the QR code. That makes it easier than trying to copy and paste from your computer to your phone. That's what the QR codes are for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, like, I know Vitaly the other day, he copied this and he emailed it to himself and then he pasted it in his phone. That's like the difficult way. Just click scan, click scan the QR code, boom, you're good. It puts the address in for you, and then you just type in the grand total and boom, you're good. So that's what I like about phone wallets, is it makes buying Bitcoin easy. So if you have the Bitcoin in your BitPay wallet, if it's on your Trezor, then you're going to have to use it online. So, or not online, but on your browser. You're going to have to go to your Trezor and then plug it into your computer and all that stuff. But anyway, guys, that's how easy it is to order, guys. That's how easy it is to withdraw. You just need to make sure you're good to go. Now, it is 3:30 p.m. I do want to check one thing. Let me go check. I wanted to check at 3 p.m. to see if it went through. Okay, so our payment has not gone through yet. I'm actually trying to figure out and pinpoint the time our daily payments come through. They used to go through at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'm just trying to figure out what time it goes through. So it's probably still 7 p.m. Eastern. So at 5 p.m. my time, 7 Eastern, I'm going to check my package status, and then I'm going to check this and see if it says Monday or Tuesday. We're looking for We're looking for a Tuesday to pop up. Okay. And then we know we got paid. So probably be 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'm just looking forward to that. And then we can know exactly what time, because I think they changed their time zone or something. So I'm not exactly sure exactly. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Make it a wonderful day. If you want to go buy your tokens, your packages, get your Bitcoin ready. Maybe you have to watch this video again. Buy your Bitcoin, get it ready, make your purchase. Let's rock and roll with this. I mean, right now they're at 32, almost 33 million now. Looks like the last couple days have been going up about 3 million a day, which is about normal because all the back office stuff has been kind of like just completely down, So I expect it to pick back up to where it was, 5 million a day. But even at 3 million a day, we're looking at, this is how long those tokens are going to last, the first bonus tokens. So 125 million minus 33. So we're looking at 92 million left. If we divide that by 3, we're looking at, anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 days at the most. These packages will, before the first bonus pays out. So I would recommend you do whatever it takes to get the highest package you possibly can. And get the Bitcoin that you need to get it. So with that being said, guys, appreciate you. I'll see you guys in the next broadcast. And if you have any questions, if you're watching the replay, feel free to ask them below. I do monitor this group. This is my #1 income stream right now out of anything that I'm doing. So I monitor this group every day. So feel free to ask questions. Okay. So with that, peace out. See you in the next video.